Welcome to the No Assembly Required podcast, a podcast where we talk about nothing for the 100th time. Welcome to episode 100, everybody. And now your trio of hosts, starting with a random Romina, Piers, Audrey, sus as hell Ember, and of course, your Dark Lord at interwebs, Roberto Blake. Welcome to the No Assembly Required podcast, filmed in front of a live YouTube audience. Please like, subscribe, do all of those things.
And what episode number are we on?
100.
100.
That is so much time. Oh
2
my
years
god.
we've been doing this podcast.
That's over 100 hours. That's estimating that we are doing 100.
They're like at
least
1 hour. 1 hour.
Right.
Yeah,
average.
no, there's no way it's shorter. Yeah, we
How many days is that?
It's at least 100 hours.
It's 100 hours, so it's like 100.
Like,
I don't
definitely
know.
over a week of talking straight.
Pretty something like that.
Man, stop doing the math, Audrey.
No, but it's like we've been doing this for like 2 years now.
I know, that's wild.
Because
I
it
remember
started.
when we
Didn't
came
we
up
start
with
this podcast in like a February at Podfest? We came up with this idea at Podfest like 2 years ago or something when we were in
No,
Florida.
we did this before Podfest because I remember when we were there, we were
Audrey.
like, oh, we should do a live episode, and then we're eating pizza, and we're like, nah.
It's Audrey. It was
Okay,
freaking
so we did it. I
Audrey.
think we did it a couple of weeks before Podfest. I think we did it in like January, two Januaries ago.
Yeah. I mean, we started. Yeah, it's
January
been a while.
2020.
Yeah,
Right
because
before
we
the
started
pandemic
right
was
before.
official.
Yeah, exactly. When everybody was like, "Oh, we're bored. What do we do? Let's start a podcast." And us,
Mhm.
we were already there. Like we
Yep.
we already
You're ready
we
to go.
owned the word podcast. We trademarked that.
Obviously.
So we got three things three main stories we're gonna talk about tonight. We're gonna talk about Jurassic World Dominion. We're gonna talk about
Woo!
some YouTube shorts. We're gonna talk about this Futurama boycott.
Oh my gosh!
I have
who
no
wants to
idea what
start?
that is.
You never watched the show Futurama?
No.
Are you gonna tell me you never? Oh my god!
Audrey, we're 2 minutes in. Literally 2 minutes in. You're
Hey,
gonna start with
what
this?
more of a classic way to start an episode with me not knowing?
I
Futurama
can't
is one of the
even-
greatest shows in all of pop culture, and you're going to sit here and tell me
Okay, you
you're
know
playing
the,
me, right?
You,
You're joking, Ember, right?
you know the Simpsons, right?
Yeah,
The creator of The
I do know The
Simpsons.
Simpsons.
The creator of Simpsons made a show in a similar vein about a loser from the 90s who
why
on the
are you gonna call him a loser?
Philip J. Fry is a loser. Like by every
Look.
definition of the word, Philip J. Fry is a loser.
I know, but he's so charming.
It doesnent help.
He's a charming loser.
Okay, all right. Audrey, what happens
Anyway.
is that this pizza delivery boy, he falls
Delivery.
into cryogenic freezer, and then he gets frozen for like 3,000 years. And then you like
Captain America.
Basically, but not
Okay.
yes and no. like if Steve Rogers was a loser and didn't take the serum, yeah.
oh my gosh. All right. Can we stop
Literally
calling
from New York, by the way, from New York. I think from Queens though.
Can we stop calling Fry a loser though?
He is. I'm dunking on Fry.
That makes me a little sad though.
Why?
I don't know, because he's funny. He's fun. He's charming. I mean, yeah, he is kind of a loser, but whatever. He's
It's like
Fry.
in every way you
Literally,
can think of
look,
that matters.
are not
No,
selling
I
this
don't
very well.
don't expect you to
So
understand
Fry wakes up
because
in the
you have
future.
Leela. Like like there's Leela, right? But it's like, what is the equivalent of that
Leela.
on Futurama is
right.
Fry. Like Fry
Okay,
is the
so-
best thing we've got, you know?
So Fry is the everyman. He's a loser. He's the everyman, but he's from our time. He ends up in the future, and the future has robots and aliens and cyborgs and all kinds of nonsense going on. He ends up finding his furthest relative, which is this Professor Hubert Farnsworth, who's basically a mad scientist. Always making doomsday devices, and runs a business called Planet Express. They're basically UPS, or they're basically delivery boys, in space, So Planet Express is a play on the word on Pony Express, which probably you wouldn't get what that is, but whatever. It's delivery, it's in space, and shenanigans ensue with this motley crew that includes, and then since we'll get to exactly why there's a boycott on the revival now is because the show is doing great, and like it's been taken off the air and brought back on the air, taken off the air, brought back on the air, and now it's being revived again by our friends at Hulu, of course, because of Hulu out there straight up farming all that 90s nostalgia. Hulu straight up farming all the 90s nostalgia. They brought back Animaniacs. They doing all the things.
That is where I watch Hey Arnold.
Mm-hmm. You think they're gonna redo that or finally give us that show, the Patakis, that we're gonna do? Or like,
oh my god, I would lose my.
I'd be losing some time on that. Yeah. But anyway,
this is a very long exercise.
The motley crew of
it's not an explanation anymore. It's just like it's for you to have context.
It's for you to have context.
On
the motley crew.
All right. So here's the thing.
Crew is you have a one-eyed alien cyclops, Taranga Leela, who is basically a play off of Ripley from Aliens and everything. So she's just a
really
badass
cool
warrior
and sassy and
cool badass like warrior, space captain, warrior woman, in space. And you also have the mutant lobster, Dr. Zoidberg, and you have the other rest of the motley crew. But the main attraction, one of the like staples of this show, is our lovable alcoholic robot Bender. And the thing is,
what?
Yes,
it's a comedy.
How does it
Audrey.
Drink?
Oh. In fact, robots are fueled by alcohol.
That's awesome.
Yeah, see, you have to get into the show now. And so the problem is that the original voice actor for Bender is not coming back to the show over payment disputes. So they got another very talented voice actor to replace him. And people are like, but nah, you kind of a scab because they want to pay the original, the OG, the money to come back for the revival. And you're going to just be a scab and you're going to just like take this job. It's like that's in the culture of voice acting. That's kind of something you don't do. It's like if you're replacing somebody because they didn't want to come back just because they're done with the role, they've moved on, that's different. Or because they passed away, that's different. But if it's because of a payment dispute, then taking the job, people think you're a scab. I don't fully agree with that. But Romina, you actually were in the world of acting. Like, what are your thoughts on that?
I actually trained with one of the coaches that helped a number of the actors who did the voices on Futurama. I mean, they're voiceover stars, and so like they've done a lot of stuff. But I got to work with this one coach over a long period of time. I think I was with him for like a year and a half because I was heavily. It was a period in my time where I was heavily trying to get into animation and voiceover. And so I did all of the training and recorded like some commercials and did stuff like that. Getting into the voiceover world, like for animation, is so hard. Like if being an actor on camera is hard,
do you think it was hard then, or do you think it's hard now? Because we see in all kinds of YouTubers getting to voice acting now. Yeah. Well, the thing about like YouTubers too now, like with the rise of being able to share your talents online, is that you get this audience that loves watching you do impersonations of voices that already exist. But in doing so, you're number one, you're practicing your skill, and then number two, you're also sharing your skill and your talents, right? You're making yourself a commodity,
right? And so it's a lot easier for agencies and for talent scouts to kind of see that, right? And they're like, oh man, this person has like 500,000 followers because they know how to do these voices really well. And these are the kinds of voices that sell, the kind of voices that we want on our kids show, right? Or animated show. So I think it's a lot easier now in terms of like, if you are skilled and if you're able to harness your talents, then and be able to share them publicly, then it is a little bit easier for if you are really good. But you have to be really good. There's just no way around it. Like with voiceover acting, there is no subpar, there's no average. Because it doesn't matter, like you don't have to be attractive, like there's literally nothing else except you have to be really, really good. Because if you're not good, then why do we want
It's
your
entirely
voice,
predicated on talent.
Unless
and
you're
merit.
like John Travolta or something, right? Where they're just like, oh, we just want your voice, right? We just want to be able to say, right?
So you mean it's actually predicated on talent?
Yeah, for the most part, because like still what's happened is that over the past like decade is that a lot of voiceover actors have actually had to like step down because there are more celebrities taking on jobs where they don't necessarily need like these iconic voices to be created. Like they just need Zac Efron to do a voice, right? Just so that they can put Zac Efron on the billing and have it in the poster, and then that's it. So they don't really need that kind of creativity that they used to have. Like if you look back at, the movies that Disney was doing back in the 90s, you have a lot of like voiceover actors that's all they did. They just did like voiceover stuff, and they would play multiple characters. And that's not really something that's done so much anymore because the studios get more profit by having celebrities just come in and like having other like regular actors just come in and play the role. But still it can be very lucrative, but it is very challenging because you really do have to be very good, especially because with voiceover, they love it if you're able to do multiple characters. So the more different voices, the more skillful you are at doing different voices, the more likely you are to get hired. It's kind of like being a twin,
Interesting.
I saw that Corpse got a voice acting thing recently.
Well, he literally is a voice talent. His entire thing is his voice, and we still don't know what his face looks like, allegedly. There was like a supposed face reveal at one point.
Roberto, can you send me the thumbnail through our DM?
Sure. Oh, yeah, you want to tweet it out, don't you?
Yes.
Guys, did you want to see the cake? It kind of looks...
Oh, you gotta...
Yes.
Do we want to talk about that?
Oh my
God.
Oh, this is the most... Oh, wow. Audrey, how long did it take you to do this? This is so amazing. I can't believe...
30 minutes.
Can't believe you made a cake just for this episode.
I did. I'm definitely not going to be eating this.
Just by the way, if you're listening to this episode, 8 months from now when it's finally available for the audio listeners,
excuse you. Someone said looks like mashed potatoes. That is rude. What the hell? Actually, I know it can fix that.
Eesh.
Watch this. Chris over Cash. Calling him out. Actually, it's a cat. I don't know what gender. I'm not assuming.
Oh, man. We can talk about this another time, but like, did you guys know, speaking of cartoons, did you guys know that Mila Kunis did an NFT cartoon? Her and Ashton Kutcher? And that Gary Vee's doing a voice for it? No, I forgot that I knew about this. That sounds
like a weird mix of everything. What's going on there?
Look, it's called Stoner Cats.
Now it doesn't look like
yeah.
Oh, yeah, now I can see it.
That's not Mila Kunis. That's Ashton Kutcher's. I didn't think that was
It's Mila Kunis, Ashton Kutcher, and... It's I think Mila Kunis and Ashton Kutcher are just like kind of co-producing it as husband and wife, but... Wow. A series only available to watch for NFT owners. 10,000 NFTs sold out within 35 minutes. And they were priced at about $800, which was 0.35 ETH at the time, raised 8.4 mil. And see, the thing is, for that amount of ETH, Ethereum has gone up since this, so that's interesting. I forgot about the details of this. I had heard something about this, but this is really interesting. And the thing is, speaking of voice talents, okay, so imagine that if you're a voice talent and you decide to go in to an NFT cartoon and you get part of that, you're going to get a portion of this Ethereum. And then, as you know, Ethereum as an asset can go up in price, which means that instead of you just saying, oh yeah, pay me in cash, if you get paid in a percentage of royalties and this is being done via Ethereum, you can be making some real bank. like by being a voice talent for an NFT cartoon project. This is impressive. In my opinion, this is cool. This is kind of cool. I know people, NFTs, NFTs. Even the environmental argument for NFTs is BS, because if you look at energy consumption, look, to lift the world out of poverty, to build all the great things that will actually reduce human suffering, we're not going to have to spend less energy. We're going to have to spend more. So energy consumption is a BS argument for environmental arguments, because we're going to literally have to take 1,000 times more energy consumption to improve the lives of human beings all over the world. So guess what? Energy consumption isn't an ethics argument, because there's no ethical thing about the energy consumption. The reality is the energy consumption proportionate to human development, improving the lives of human beings. You look at the Industrial Revolution and how much energy was being consumed before the Industrial Revolution. You look at what human lives peaked at and what the worst conditions in the world were for people. You compare that to where we are today. Energy consumption improves human lives. You can't really get around it. Look at the developing world. We're going to have to spend a lot of money to build infrastructure in developing countries. We're going to have to spend a lot of energy to lift people out of poverty. And once people are lifted out of poverty, they're going to consume more energy. So don't give me any BS arguments about NFTs or crypto around environmentalism and energy consumption, because we need to fix energy and make it cleaner, but it's inevitable. Fossil fuels are a finite resource. Everyone agrees with that. No one's disagreeing with that. We're going to run out of it. So guess what? We're going to be on green energy before you know it, because we're not going to have a choice. And yeah, I believe in climate change. I believe the Earth's getting warmer. I also know that the heat death of the universe is inevitable. And then a couple of billion years, the sun is going to consume the Earth. So of course the Earth's getting warmer.
Look, I made
heat death of the universe, baby. Let's go.
I made chocolate chip cookies to celebrate.
We're celebrating the heat death of the universe.
My cake is colorful. I'm gonna have more.
Yeah, 100 episodes, y'all. We did 100 episodes. 100 episodes.
That's wild.
This is probably the most consistent thing any of us have done in the longest time.
Yeah.
I don't know if we want to celebrate that, or
I'm not sure if that's something that
I don't know if that's I don't know if we need to be patting ourselves on the back for that or not.
I mean,
yeah, why not? Have you guys watched the trailer for Jurassic World Dominion?
No, I didn't even know about it until you mentioned it, to be honest. It's like, and I'm a huge Jurassic Park fan. I like their last couple of Jurassic movies, but even I just
Did you watch the Jurassic World?
Yeah.
Movies?
In theaters, yeah. I watched both of them in theaters.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm, mm-hmm. Have you seen all of the Jurassic Parks?
Yes. I grew up on it. I saw all of them.
I've only watched the new ones.
Oh no. Oh,
Audrey.
That was a joke.
Audrey.
I've seen all of them. I was kidding.
No.
I've seen all of them.
Audrey freaking coming in here.
I'm joking. Why did you believe that? That's
what? There's a Jurassic Park? I've only ever seen Jurassic.
You know what's the weird thing? And I don't understand it fully. You know what's the weird thing?
Why do they keep making more?
No. I looked at our most viewed episodes. Homies, we used to get more views in 2020 for some reason.
Yeah, I can tell you why, because everybody was indoors.
That's fair.
Because people didn't have anything to do except listen to us talk. We
were keeping people company. That is true.
We were. Yeah,
how are the audio episodes coming, Ember?
They found new friends.
They're not coming.
How are the audio episodes coming, Ember?
They're not
great.
How many you got uploaded, Ember?
I'm helping the strategy for that.
How many have you
I'm
uploaded?
Working on the strategy.
She hasn't uploaded any, Roberto.
Dude, I literally keep saying that I'll do it when I'm less busy, and then that doesn't happen. So
Roberto's got that stone cold stare right now. He's about to pull out some nunchucks or something.
I'm just gonna slowly disappear.
He's pulling it out. He's gonna do it. He's got a weapon there. He's ready.
I'll send.
I don't know what it is, Audrey, but you better. I don't know where you're gonna go.
No, I am gonna
find some shelter.
I need to just I don't know. I keep thinking, I'll do it when I have more time, and then I just need to do it.
All I want to say is that I'm really glad that I'm not Roberto's child. I mean, I feel like okay, can I finish my thought
Where did
first,
that come
Roberto?
from?
All right. Because I mean, number one, I would be proud to have Roberto as a dad. I'd feel like he'd be a great dad.
Such a random.
I would be
Come from.
I would be so grateful to have a dad like Roberto. But
Oh, here's the thing. You know what they say about everything that comes before
I-
but.
if I ever got in trouble, I feel like Roberto would just give me
The disappointment stare.
just like no words. Like the silence would just like pierce through me and just knock off a couple years of my childhood. Like
You're not entirely wrong.
no, I know I'm not wrong, and that's why I'm saying it.
You're not entirely wrong. Like it's one of those like
Y'all, these chocolate chip cookies are
so like
bomb.
that I'm
Audrey,
older
look
than
at
my
that.
youngest sister by like a
Damn.
number of years, and so
That's
like I
so
helped
good.
raise my like youngest sister and everything like that. So I played like a parental role in her life, right? It's like growing up though, it's like it was one of those things to where it's like just like hearing the disappointment or frustration or whatever in my voice is like was the discipline enough and would reduce her to tears. So whenever like she,
So
did
what you're
something,
saying is you're confirming.
no, Marina pegged it right. No, Marina got it right. Marina got it right. Here's the other thing. Here's a weird thing though. Because I've been thinking about this. It's like I have every confidence in the world that if/when like I have kids that I have I have no concerns or fear about like my daughter succeeding in the world when I have one. I'm more concerned about what happens these days in terms of like young men are drastically failing at every conceivable level now. And
You're gonna have to raise them on an island. No joke.
Boys are like
no joke. Raise them on an island. Lord of the Flies. Lord of the Flies style.
I don't know, but
just like release them and just be like, hey.
Mm-hmm. My daughter'd be straight up badass though, and like I mean,
yeah, you're gonna have that kid with the.
She'd be a little terror.
With the trainers.
She'd be unstoppable.
That one redhead with the trainers. The one redhead with the trainers who had her business at like 15. What was it?
Oh yeah, it's like what if that's my like illegitimate like daughter or something? Like you made that joke. I was like, well, there was that one redhead that one time. Oh yeah, like so it's like it's like hey, you know what? Like hey, retire your old man. Like
Before we keep talking, I just want to anybody who's in the live right now, let us know in the chat how long you've been listening to the podcast. When did you start listening to us?
Good. What if you get that spam in the live? Just like get that quick.
Wait, there's spam?
Yeah.
Oh.
See? Yeah.
Guys, we've made it. We have spam.
No, there's this new wave of live chat spam bots going around. Interesting. YouTube be wildin'. YouTube be wildin'.
I think it's just a.
You right click. You just there you go.
I blocked them.
There you go.
Yeah, there's no other option.
Yeah, but like Jurassic
just
World
Dominion. Nothing.
Yeah, Jurassic World Dominion. I mean, obviously, it just keeps adding to the story of like dinosaurs in the rest of the world, and humans having to coexist with dinosaurs. Mm-hmm. It just keeps adding to that. But of course, I mean, the biggest news is that Sam Neill is in it.
Oh, June 22nd is coming out for my birthday, as usual. The first original Jurassic Park, I'm pretty sure came out on my birthday. Like that's why I always go see it. It's because it's always my birthday.
So Sam Neill, Laura Dern, coming back. Who else? I think there's.
What about Chris Pratt?
Okay, no, we don't. That's
Jeff
not
Goldblum.
in the. That's
Jeff Goldblum.
Yeah, but Jeff Goldblum's. Listen, man, Jeff Goldblum is in every freaking like he is like, yeah, he gets a party invite and he's there. No, he's not, but he's definitely in a lot more than Sam is.
Ooh, Colin Trevorrow wrote it. Okay, I'm in.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but just the fact that
I was in anyway.
Both of us have not heard about this is kind of sad. It's coming out in June.
The marketing team need to be.
They just dropped the trailer today.
The marketing team need to be about that, but they gonna do fine because I mean they got Jeff Goldblum, they got B.D. Wong, they got Sam Neill, Laura Dern,
Chris
they
Pratt.
got
they
Chris
literally
Pratt,
they don't
Bryce
have any
Dallas
problem.
Howard. Speaking of redheads, yeah, I mean they got and Colin Trevorrow is directed Colin Trevorrow was supposed to do the third Star Wars movie. But he didn't. But I've had the script leaked to me for it, and it was going to be so good. It was going to be much better than what we got with Rise of Skywalker. They should have just stayed the course on that instead of pandering to a bunch of angry fanboys. But but Colin Trevorrow is a tremendous talent. That's a good get for this. I'm really, Romina, you saw the trailer. Don't spoil things too much, but tell us what you think the setup or the story is for this.
There's dinosaurs.
The first Jurassic Park is continuity. The first Jurassic Park, the second Jurassic Park, and even the third Jurassic Park are all in the continuity of this, Like all of those things are in continuity. So it's actually a continuation. It's a true cinematic universe in that way.
I think it'd be better if there were no dinosaurs just to throw people off.
Okay, so the thing is that there are new dinosaurs that are being introduced.
Mutants?
By new, I mean dinosaurs that we haven't seen before that are real dinosaurs, but that they haven't been introduced before in the Jurassic world, in the Jurassic series. But one thing that, and they finally have feathers. So some of them have feathers.
Oh my god.
Yeah, and so
why didn't they have feathers?
Because for a number of reasons. They're supposed to have feathers, but they just don't. And like a lot of the whole paleo community is a little bit like, okay, why hasn't this been fixed yet? Like the dinos should have feathers.
The accuracy of the
dinosaurs, right? I mean, because they just keep perpetuating that myth of dinosaurs not having feathers, right?
But it's like, what accuracy? This is literally a thing where cloning is on the books, and where they're literally genetically modifying monstrosities and everything like that. Because again, these aren't really dinosaurs, and that's actually a point that even the film addresses, is that they're not making real dinosaurs. That they just decided to brand them as dinosaurs, /TM, trademark copyright, because it's these are just monstrosities. These are, some of these things didn't even exist in, they're just making them the way that people believe that they looked and existed. They addressed that in the film, that it's a marketing ploy for the parks. And so I don't know why the paleo community has to be in their breeches about this. Again, their stuff all wadded up over again, it all moist, because there ain't no reason to be.
Why'd you say moist?
There ain't no reason to really have these feelings about the accuracy of literally a fictionalized world where dinosaurs are being used as bioweapons.
Yeah, Roberto, but everything in the movies has to be real, has to be accurate.
I mean,
has to reflect real life.
To be they're dinosaur fanatics, it doesn't matter. They're still gonna roast it,
I just enjoy the hell out of these films, and I ain't got much smoke or criticism for it. I just like
pretending that I can go up to a dinosaur and pet it.
Oh god!
What dinosaur do you think you could take in a fight?
Velociraptor.
Why do I have to take it on in a fight, Roberto? I just want to pet it.
We can't coexist.
Yeah, I can.
No.
Oh my god!
That's the entire premise
of
this film.
One of those the. I feel like it'd be really funny to fight one of those ones that have the super long neck. You just have to dodge that.
You talking about the Brachiosaurus?
Except I feel like they're herbivores, but that's okay. I'd still want to fight one.
You're talking about the Brachiosaurus. That's too. That's
dude.
too tall.
I don't know what its name is. All right.
How are you gonna take that on?
It would just step on you.
No. All you have to do is cut its neck. It's swinging the neck.
You ain't getting through that thing even with a freaking axe. What are you thinking, Ember? Are you crazy? Like, no.
That thing is like the width of like 10 automobiles. How are you going to cut through it?
What?
The neck alone.
The width, like the
Of
diameter
the neck. Yeah.
is 10 cars.
I'm estimating.
10 cars, dude?
It's big.
Nah.
Have you not seen
The width, not like the length, like the width.
Yes.
No, yeah.
I'm saying that you can't, like, even if you had the longest sword in the world, like, you would still
You
like,
could have Cloud's Buster Sword and it wouldn't matter.
You can't get through it with one clean swipe. Like, if that's what you're thinking.
Okay, I'm looking up the width.
I don't even think you could do it with a lightsaber, to be honest with you.
Brachiosaurus.
Honestly, I don't think you could get one. I don't think one good hit with a
This
lightsaber.
child needs to go back to school.
Yes,
Can we get her back into a classroom?
You guys are you guys part of that whatever it was community who like knows about dinosaurs?
Paleo community?
Yeah,
paleontology community.
Width of backhill, but
oh my god.
Romina, do you think you could take on head to head? Head to head. And again, you can have weapons. You can have weapons, but head to head, can you go head to head with a velociraptor? We put you in a gladiator arena. We put you in a gladiator arena with a velociraptor head to head.
Why are you putting me in an arena?
Bloodsport. Entertainment. Happy Hunger Games.
See, I'm disappointed that hasn't happened yet in Jurassic World. I guess it's too grim. They're more into like blockbustery, like, ooh, it's fun to try to live with dinosaurs. But really, in actuality, what you said is what would actually happen, right? We'd be having people trying to monetize that. Roberto's the first one. He's a dino master. He's got his arena set up.
Dino King gladiator
style.
Why? There's no information about. I've literally Googled how thick is Brachiosaurus' neck. Nothing is showing up.
I was so into dinosaurs as a kid, y'all. I was like, yes, Land Before Time, but then I also was really into accurate dinosaur books and everything like that. It's like when I was in 3rd grade, my favorite book was Field Guide to Dinosaurs from the reference section. Favorite dinosaurs, like every other kid was like, oh, I like the long necks, I like the 3 horns, like all that freaking Land Before Time BS and everything like that. It's like, and what about you, young man? What's your favorite dinosaur? The Archaeopteryx. It's like, excuse me, the what? It's like the Archaeopteryx is the first winged bird flying dinosaur. It's like, you mean a pterodactyl? No, I mean an Archaeopteryx.
Audrey.
I had a theory when I was 10. I had a theory that I was 10 that the Loch Ness Monster was probably a Dilophosaurus or a Plesiosaur that had gotten trapped during the cataclysm. Like I had a whole ass theory about the Loch Ness Monster being the descendants of the surviving dinosaur families, and I did a whole class presentation on my theory. I'm not even joking. Like,
dude, Audrey, have you seen?
Rita, did you see the photo I sent?
No, I'm looking at the photo, and
yeah. Can you?
I'm gonna share it.
We're seeing the side profile. We need to see the front profile to see how thick the neck is.
I'm gonna share it.
The side profile.
Audrey, we have a question in the chat. Have you seen giraffes fight?
Yeah, they like swing their neck. That's why I'd be like jump rope, you know. But
freaking Roberto, you ask her what dinosaur can she take on in a fight, and she freaking chooses this.
I've already got a strategy.
This giant freaking giraffe.
No, you're just done, Ember. Like, there's no way. Ember, you couldn't beat a giraffe in a fight. I don't think you can take out a bronze.
Oh,
what? All right, that's rude.
No, see, you could not.
An axe would work on a giraffe. Okay, look at this graph and tell me that its neck is 10 cars wide.
Yeah, that's
no, dude. Look at the human at the bottom. Are you saying that if they turn this graph so it was front on, it would literally?
I wouldn't go that far. It is a car length or more because it's 1.8 meters. No. It's a car length.
Okay. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
That's what I would say.
A little better. Yeah. Maybe at the bottom it's like 2.
Yeah, at the bottom it's probably about 2, right at the base though. It's like, Ember, you ain't even getting up high enough for that, though. It's just gonna step on you. You ain't getting up high enough for that.
All I gotta do is like climb, and then.
But do y'all think y'all could take in an arena fight? Could you take a Velociraptor?
Depends.
I'll let you
what
have weapons. Can you take a Velociraptor? No automatic weapons, though.
You'll let me have a weapon?
Yeah, no automatics though.
What are the weapon options?
Your weapon
Do I get
options.
to train for this?
Your weapon options are: you can have a 2-pump shotgun. You could have any type of anything in the Glock family, but not a Desert Eagle in terms of handguns. So you could have anything in the Walther category. You could have anything in the Glock category. No automatics though. No semi-automatics. And you can have a 2-pump shotgun. You can have any melee weapon you want.
All right, this is just one Velociraptor.
One Velociraptor head to head.
Yeah,
Human versus Dino. What's your weapon? What's your weapon of choice?
Whatever you give me, I can take it.
Oh, if it's just you're that confident that it's like as long as you have a weapon.
As long as I have a weapon, and there's only one.
Well, the thing is, you said give you any weapon, or like
any weapon and only one.
A baseball bat.
Only one Velociraptor.
Oh yeah.
Can you, so if your weapon is,
I'll take him on with a baseball bat. I'll do it.
I would watch that.
If that's all I got between me and life, I'll do it.
If I have a handgun with decent stopping power and almost no recoil, probably I might need to, like, just to hedge my bets, I might need, I'll take another clip though, just to hedge my bets. A melee weapon, if I have to go with a melee weapon, a metal baseball bat isn't the worst option, honestly, in dealing with a Velociraptor. Because, like bashing out its teeth eliminates one of the primary threats there, because what's it going to do to you then? It can also definitely discourage it when you do that. You could make a really good, just going with, like, to be honest with you, the metal baseball bat is underestimated in terms of its effectiveness. I mean, just straight up shattering bones eliminates a lot of the threat.
Why not like a sword?
Again, with that, you have to be precise about, like, cutting at the right angle, the thing getting stuck, getting in close range, and everything like that. But the amount of pain inflicted by a metal baseball bat swung straight up and connecting, getting in close range, if you land a hit with a baseball bat, it doesn't have to be lethal. It's going to cause so much pain to any living thing that it's counter attack. Like, if you, like, because again, that raptor can bite, it can slash, it can claw, but if you hit that thing with a bat, it's not going to want to do anything. It's not going to want to do anything. Raptor will get you before you can even swing the bat. I don't think so. You're thinking about the fantasy version of that animal's reaction time. Its reaction time is not that much more than any other animal.
You know what I do with the Bronchiosaurus? Since it's not
Velociraptor's reaction time is not exactly going to be that good.
Since the Brachiosaurus is not a carnivore, I would befriend it and then kill it when it's not.
Wow, you would do that, Audrey. Freaking cold-hearted. Wow, you savage. Are like the
freaking sociopath. Like, we gotta take that sociopath test one of these days.
You'd make a dinosaur.
We already do that?
Yeah, we did, and she got 100%. She's a freak. She's
what?
No, we took a personality test. When did we take a sociopath test?
I think we did.
Yeah, we did.
I don't think we did.
Yeah.
We took a personality test. We took a personality test. I don't think we took a sociopath test.
I'll pull it up.
I remember doing that at some point. I don't remember when that was. I'm pretty sure none of us.
I'm gonna show you right now.
Sociopath.
I'm gonna show you right now. Look at the private chat.
Maybe it's time to do it again. Maybe things have changed.
I don't think things have changed.
Which one of us is more? What is this title?
Of a sociopath.
Oh, a sociopath. Number 64. That wasn't even super long ago.
Like, number 64 is almost a year ago.
Okay, never mind. That's wild.
We only got 45 views. Yeah, it was May of last year. It's almost a year ago. We got 45 views on that. Christ.
God damn. Guys, I'm telling you, we just need more clout. This is why we should start posting shorts.
Shorts don't make sense for a podcast.
Oh no, just in general. I didn't mean just for this.
Okay, so let's
Do they?
let's
Do you think,
segue.
I mean, I guess it's a completely
Let's segue
different
into
audience.
shorts then.
I'm a little sad that people are underestimating my abilities to take on a velociraptor.
I think
you know,
I have no
cat-
doubt that Romina would destroy Velociraptor.
I think that you could again. I think you could destroy a velociraptor. I'm confident. I know I could destroy a velociraptor with a baseball bat, with a metal baseball bat.
Thank you.
I'm giving most of that victory though to the metal baseball bat in both of our cases, just because the metal baseball bat is just a ridiculously destructive weapon. Like
yeah, especially all you got to do is just wave that thing around and make a bunch of noises. Like you know,
people be sleeping on how
you can
destructive.
conquer any, but you just act
they
around.
just turn the lights off immediately.
Chaotic behavior, and that will spook almost anybody.
Dude, at my old apartment, my
Go in
roommate,
there, bat swinging.
she had a
When has
like a metal
anybody
bat.
ever run towards someone who's swinging a bat?
That's fair.
Just-
That's true.
All right, okay. Sorry, Audrey, continue.
No, I was just gonna say one of my old roommates, she had a bat, like a metal bat, and it said the word bat on it, which I just thought was really funny for some reason.
Wow. All right. Well, great story.
Beautiful story. You're
Audrey.
welcome. You're welcome.
Glad it was
I just
short.
love those. Oh, dude, my segue earlier was awesome, and then we just kept going on a tangent about bats.
You know what should be out of that? It's like sorry. You just like have it written out. It's like sorry, like a sorry, almost like a sorry note, like handwritten and everything, like freaking calligraphy. It's like sorry.
If you're in the
Sorry.
chat right now, give us a thumbs up
Oh Lord.
here on YouTube. We're glad to have you hanging out with us.
Wait, we're live on Twitter? What
No,
did you
not on
say?
Twitter. Did I say Twitter? On YouTube.
Yeah, we're not multi-streaming.
Yeah, we're not
Wait,
multi-streaming.
Although that probably could get us more views.
I did add our Twitter on here, but my account isn't. I have to upgrade it in order to do multi-stream. Yeah, no, I just wanted to thank all the listeners before we jumped into our next topic where we're talking about shorts. In case you didn't catch on. But
We've tried to transition 3 times.
I just wanted to thank all of our listeners, because they're in here right now and they're hanging out with us on a Thursday evening, afternoon, or morning, whatever time it is for you in the world. Thanks for listening to us. It's 100 hours of us talking, at least 100 hours. And
Why?
because we're entertaining and charming, Audrey.
Yeah.
Albeit a little sociopathic, but
It just makes it more entertaining.
sure, if you want to look at it that way. What is it with you with like befriending things and then like just
It's a good strategy.
cutting them off? You did it to your replica. You're gonna do it to the Brachiosaurus. You do it to your Sims.
I mean, it works.
Are we next?
Are we next? Like, is this
we
whole
next?
podcast just you?
An elaborate plot to gain our confidence.
Oh God.
For what?
No,
Like,
I
what
don't
is she
have
gonna?
enough forethought for that. What would I do? I'm gonna
You-
steal both of
You
your
jigsaws. You
I don't wanna
jigsaws.
know.
We'll wake up and like, and
Well-
Audrey be like, "Want to play a game?" Like,
Jeez.
yeah. Out
I'll
of
tell
all of
you
us,
what,
Audrey's the most likely to be freaking jigsaw.
I could see that.
No,
I could see her coming out with like
See,
a little
everyone would think
tricycle.
it'd be me. Everyone would think it'd be me. Whereas they forget that no, I wouldn't bother. I would just start a
That's part of
company.
the strategy.
See, they'd all think it's like, oh, Roberto would be the supervillain. It's like, no, Roberto would just be a CEO. And they'd go, okay, same thing, right? So no, but no, Audrey would be the person who like ends up freaking putting us into some kind of freaking death game.
Dude, the
you wanna-
Hunger Games would be fun, minus the death part.
You see?
I said minus Ben.
I don't believe you.
I said minus Ben.
The person who sits there and puts her Sims in the pool and takes away the ladder.
That's different. They're not real.
Aren't they?
I mean, it's supposed
to say that in 5 years when the metaverse is real. Say that in 5 years when the metaverse is real.
Aren't they? How do we know that we're not the Sims? How do we know that we're not like in a freaking?
That's super meta.
We're like, how do we know we're not in a simulation? How do we know we're not Sims?
We don't.
Yeah, there you go.
We don't.
That's right, murderer.
I'd gladly be a Sim.
Oh, you just called her murderer.
Wow. I'll just clip that. Out of context.
Audrey, you want to tell us about shorts? What's going on in the world of shorts?
I don't know. I just feel like, I mean, I'm kind of preparing to start making shorts. I'm starting to think about it, starting to even make some. So, and I feel like I've been watching a lot of videos about them from people that I watch. So I feel like people are talking, because I think, people have been talking about them for a while, obviously. But I think
YouTube's obsessed with them. YouTube's obsessed with them. It's all they tweet about.
Yeah. I don't know. I think
they bring it up in every interview. They bring it up in every interview, too.
Dang. No, I think my strategy with shorts is to basically be able to make like shorter to make like vlogs and stuff, or make videos on topics of things that are harder to package normally in YouTube videos. So you kind of, because I think before, like even Roberto, you're saying, well, you have to do something in between like the longer videos that you make. But I was like, well, I don't want to do tutorials, and I don't know what else I can make that I can do in a shorter period of time that will still have a chance to perform well. So I think my idea is just yeah, and that was before shorts existed. So I think now with shorts, I'm just like gonna be making shorter, more random videos about, you know, same type of topics, like behind the scenes of creating. And it'll probably be pretty chaotic and like all over the place at first, at least. But I'm kind of excited. I think we'll just have to see how it goes. I'm not entirely sure. But my goal is to do them once a week.
Interesting.
I don't know if people will get annoyed with them, but I don't know.
I don't know that they'll get annoyed with them. It's different, and you have an audience that is pretty much there for you. So I don't see an issue.
Yeah, I want to also.
I mean, even I have a short strategy that I'm working on. It's going to take me a minute, but like, yeah.
Yeah. And also the cool thing with shorts is that I can just post them everywhere. Like I can post them on Instagram and on TikTok at the same time. So like, it's kind of cool because it's forcing me to post on other platforms at the same time, which is great because then I don't really have to think about it as much, which is, I'm probably going to make like,
and you won't feel like the content ever went to, then you won't ever feel like the content went to waste.
Yeah. It's kind of like it has multiple chances. It's not just like an 8-minute vlog or something that can only.
I feel that way about the podcast because like by multi-streaming, I get the thing everywhere, but I can always upload it or I can make clips out of it and I can upload those to almost every platform. It's like that's what I feel about like with podcast with my podcast. Like that's how I look at it is like I can get so much out of the material out of this content that I made one time. So
I don't know. I feel like for behind the scenes content too, it's kind of a cool hack, or at least I'm gonna try and see if that works.
MKBHD did a shorts channel. He apparently got the account last year in November, and they only started uploading 3 weeks ago. It has 127 subs already. I don't know if that's attributed to the views as much as it's attributed to the fact that they said they were going to do one. They do have one video on that shorts channel with 3 million views though. And that could have gotten them a lot of the subs. But again, I just think it's largely they got 100K subs in a month because, MKBHD said he's doing a shorts channel.
Yeah.
Millions of people watched that stuff. They've heard him tweet about it. He's got followers there. He's got like millions of followers on every platform. So I think the idea of him doing shorts was not hard for him to pick up an audience for. So
that's like different, right? Because he already has a big following. So
I agree. I definitely agree. I've had mixed results on shorts. It depends. On the more Roberto Blake channel, it did about as well as anything, and I don't have 1,000 subscribers there, but the videos there don't do too bad, honestly. But again, I am pulling from a larger audience that I do already have, if you think about it. So, but the music channel, they did all right. They did fine. However, thank you. I have this Roberto Blake highlight channel that I'm doing, which is similar to the it's similar to, well, basically the idea is to make a highlights channel where I can put short, like 3 to 8 minute clips from the podcast that make sense to put there, but then also make YouTube shorts out of podcast if there's a reason to, or put highlights in general from any of my other content that could be under 60 seconds. But mostly it's partly kind of for the podcast or for taking clips from my speaking engagements, things like that. Kind of like Gary Vee does this with Gary Vee TV. That's more of what I'm modeling it off of. Eventually we'll have so much content for it that it can maybe be sustainable to make it a daily channel. But so far the shorts feed, which it seems like stuff only recently hit the shorts feed for the video that I posted a couple of weeks ago. Not a couple of weeks ago, 2 weeks ago. I posted a video 2 weeks ago over there. It's one of the first videos just to experiment with. It was about negotiating a salary. Now I have no subscribers on this channel, but it looks like it basically got all of its views from search, which is kind of not the point of the goal or whatever. And it got all of its views from search, which is the opposite of what I wanted. It's supposed to come from the short shelf, the shorts feed. Well, now it's in the shorts feed, but it's not really getting any views. And it's weird because the theory of shorts is you don't need subscribers or an audience for that stuff to hit. And it's interesting. This particular video was just about tips for negotiating a salary, and it was like under 60 seconds. It was tips like for negotiating a salary. So you'd think that right now with the time that we're in, with the Great Resignation and stuff like that, that would actually get views, but nope. However,
You think maybe
TikTok,
it's the audience?
it has no audience. It's like it's a channel with 2 subscribers.
Oh, I mean, no, just like the shorts audience. Like, you think it's like younger people who, I don't know.
Shorts in theory is supposed to be. Shorts in general is supposed to be everybody. I mean, because we're not like me and Romina watch shorts. We're not the younger people, the Gen Z people. It's like Here's the thing. Even with Gen Z, it's like the shortest amount of information on negotiating a salary is probably pretty relevant right now.
The thing about it is that when I consume shorts, I don't even realize that I'm consuming shorts because of the fact that I'm on YouTube, and I'm typically either like when I'm on YouTube, if I catch myself like watching something like by coincidence, it's because I'm on my phone. Because on my computer, I have a plugin. It's an extension that just blocks everything. So I don't get anything suggested to me. It's so that I don't get sucked into the void of watching 5 hours of YouTube content for nothing, right? Yep. So if I ever go onto YouTube, it's usually because I'm looking for something specific. But on my phone, like sometimes I'll go on there to see the channels that I'm subscribed to, what new content they have, which are typically like what Roberto said is like finance stuff and, just things that are like, I guess, topical, or like lifestyle type stuff, right? Like tips and things like that. Those are the kinds of channels that I have like subscriptions to. Those channels will have shorts. And it's typically like shorter stuff that they've repurposed from their longer videos that they've posted in the past. And so I'll watch those, but I don't even realize that I'm watching the shorts because like they just come up as like a suggested thing because I'm subscribed to these people. So to me, I don't even think about them as like a separate thing. I just think about it as a YouTube video that's short. So to me, it's not really a difference.
I feel that. Oh, I have kind of an interesting story. So
okay, and then we'll wrap up.
Our upstairs, our upstairs neighbors are TikTokers / like shorts now creators.
God save me.
I know. Really, they're always yelling. And they're literally the most like, they're really cool, all right, but they're the most like stereotypical like TikTokers ever. It's really funny. Literally the other day I was leaving my apartment and I heard someone say hello, and I turn around and I say hi, like out of instinct, right? Because I thought they like yelled, like I thought because I'm a story down, so I thought they were talking to me, and they were filming a bit for TikTok. They didn't say hi to me. Anyway, but I had a conversation with one of them not too long ago, and because he just hit a mill on YouTube, and literally he's just been posting shorts. Like he's been like he doesn't change them at all from TikToks, and he just posts them on shorts on YouTube, and it's his content is like him yelling basically the entire time. It's very much for like kids, probably under the age of like 12, I'm guessing. But it's been interesting because we come from completely different sides of YouTube, right? Like I don't know him that well. He looked at my channel and I could tell he was like, you know, he didn't know at all what I did. And was like, you should be posting like more shorts instead of longs. And I was like, I hate that that's what that's called now. But okay.
Oh, what?
I know. They're called longs and shorts.
Longs?
That's how the TikTok
I think it's because I think that's
That
because
my exact
TubeBuddy did an
reaction.
April Fool's where they talked YouTube. They called it YouTube Longs
No, I'm
as an April Fool's joke.
1000% sure this guy does not know what TubeBuddy is. But no, he was just calling them. They just call them shorts and longs, and I was like, that is horrendous. I hate like that's how the TikTok.
It's TikTokers. They're cringe by default, right?
But anyway, I thought it was interesting because he like I remember we met him like 3 months ago, and he was at maybe like 400K, and now he's past a mil. So the growth is ridiculous.
The shorts
he's not
channels
even doing anything different.
The shorts channels are breaking the records on growth and views. Like it's not even close.
But here's one thing that
shorts is random.
observed.
You cannot make a plan to blow up with shorts. It's impossible because
I mean,
it's an incomplete algorithm.
Like if I look at his content, it's so like high paced and yelling and like attention grabbing that I can see why they would do well, because it's you know, it's basically optimizing as best as possible.
But you're literally at that point you're making it for little kids, and like okay,
yeah, and that's where the problem is, because you know,
enjoy having a million, you make zero money.
You know,
you make zero money.
I was just gonna ask, what does the revenue look like on shorts?
Oh, I have no
$20 for 1 million views.
That is crazy.
Is that in general, or like where are you getting the data from? Fact checking.
Everybody on Twitter that does Colin and Samir, Hank Green, everybody who does shorts on Twitter that's thrown their numbers out and said transparently, here's what it's like. God. The average comes out to about $20 per million views
on a single. So like,
and TikTok's worse.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
That's crazy. Like that's something that I'd like to talk to him about, is how he's monetizing and what his like long-term goals are, because
I don't think
he has like a ton of subscribers and stuff, but I'm like his audience is so just on TikTok dead. Like 4.5 or something around there.
It's probably brand deals and that's it.
Yeah, I mean if he's getting brand deals,
wait,
like, he's getting like a few grand like per TikTok. Like that's,
and this is kind of nitpicking, but like I remember once my roommate went on his Instagram live to just because they're making a lot of noise, and we're like, what is happening? And they're live on Instagram. And so we went on, and this isn't a diss or anything, I just literally think it's interesting. He had like maybe 40 people watching his Instagram live.
Jeez.
I think if like that kind of reflects to me the commitment of the audience, and like how, because that's something that I'm really focused on, is having like an engaged audience. You know, relative
audience that come for disposable junk food shorts content are not loyal audiences. There will be exceptions, because you'll find somebody with like a bunch of millions of subs or whatever, or followers, that it's the exception to the rule. But mostly shorts content viewers and short form content viewers for Reels, TikToks, and YouTube Shorts, they ain't loyal. and yeah, Chris, there's 8 people here. There's 8 people here on a channel that doesn't even have 1,000.
We're not on our main channel.
This doesn't even have 500 subscribers. This channel doesn't even have so like 8 people being
Wow.
live is fine.
Get out
Getting
of
a-
here.
We don't even have
Freaking
1,000
Chris-
subscribers, but we
Chris
get about
shows up with
100
his
views.
monocle.
We get about 100 views. We get about 100 views
Where
on the
they
podcast
at? Where's
episode.
the magnifying glass?
Like, but guys, for real though, for real. Let me just like for real, like, because I don't know if Chris is just trolling or trying to be funny or whatever.
No, I think
like,
it's just funny.
No, I think he's trying to be.
we got
He's
we
trying
have
to be
less
funny,
than-
but I
yeah.
don't appreciate the.
we get
monocle.
100 views. We have less than 1,000 subs. We don't even have
Monocle's
500
too
subs. We get 100 views. That's actually really good for small channels. We also are doing this mostly for fun. We're not really.
We're not trying.
This is not us trying. Like, we have channels where we are
I'm
trying.
just goofing. Yeah, Chris,
goofing,
we know
yeah.
you're goofing.
Yeah.
But I
But
guess
also
like,
that's-
that's something
You
I'm
aren't
trying
goofing,
to
you
be
better-
careful with. Like, if I'm gonna do shorts, is that I don't want to just
You
get
have an
random
audience though. That's different. It's
Yeah,
different
but I
when you
don't
have
want
an
it to
audience.
grow if it's like getting like.
Mm.
I'm curious to see like if I do shorts and if any of them did get traction.
You'll
Would
end up.
people,
You'll be
watch
like
the
Colin and
longer
Samir.
videos?
You'll be like your stuff is related in such a way that for you it'll work like Colin and Samir's stuff does.
Do a lot of like Colin and Samir's audience still watch his long form stuff? Like I'm
Yeah.
literally just
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I was surprised too, but theirs works. They figured out a strategy to make that work, so shorts aren't a detriment to them. Shorts aren't a
Alright.
detriment to them, but they're one of the only creators that I've seen make that work. Because it's why MKBHD made a shorts channel because he's just not going to play with it at this point, and I don't blame him. Mr. Beast did the same thing. Mr. Beast has a shorts channel. MKBHD has a shorts channel. I don't blame them. Because like, why make content that they can't guarantee the pattern of on their
Yeah.
main channels, their cash cow channels? That's why even I am like going to somewhat do a short strategy. I found my version of a similar strategy to Colin Samir. We'll see how it does. But if it doesn't work out, I'm gonna try a couple of them. And if it doesn't work out, I'll just never do them on the main channel again until YouTube says, hey, we changed shorts and here's how we changed it. I won't do it anymore if it doesn't work.
Yeah. So how what do you guys think is the way to do shorts the most effectively?
Is to
Like-
not do them.
Basically, I agree.
No, but like how I guess to like
Oh,
optimize
wow.
shorts in a
This
way
is
that
just
you're
like,
not getting
no.
just empty viewers, but actually getting people. I guess like what I'm thinking is just making sure it's related to your actual content and still.
I think it's in
I
your
have a, I
case,
have a
mixing it in with
follow-up
long
question. I
format
have a
is
follow-up question to
necessary.
that. I have a follow-up question to that.
and then we got to wrap up.
Yeah.
Yeah, I got a follow-up question to that. So if you were to do shorts, how does that affect the performance of the rest of your videos, of your longs on your channel?
Previous watch history is the key of why Colin and Samir will get to 1 million subscribers because of shorts, because
Their videos are so long.
their main stuff, they do such long main stuff. And the thing is, they get views and they get good retention and good watch time off of that. But when you have shorts and shorts do take off, it means that your content is in someone's previous watch history, which means you're more likely to be recommended to them on the YouTube homepage. And because they're making shorts
So it's
content,
beneficial. It's not going to harm.
if you're making it for the same audience, if it's not filler, and if you're making it for the same audience.
Right. Okay. Got
Colin and Samir cover stories in the creator economy. So a
Right.
short
That does
is
the
a
same.
good tee up
Right.
for a story, and that story also usually is about a creator that they've done an interview with. They have the perfect meta.
Yeah.
The answer to shorts, Audrey, your answer is you can make shorts if you make your own meta.
Got it.
And you kind of have with your playing with fire stuff. If you think about it, if you do things that are related to the videos that you make or the creators that you've covered or the stuff that then that represents your meta.
Okay.
I could do a short around like passive income probably because it's within my meta.
Yeah. As long as it's all tied together, then I guess.
I could probably do a short, again, if I do it as a skit around explaining how YouTubers make money, that's within my meta. So if it's me with another version of me and we're talking about like how YouTubers like make money, then that makes sense. And if I talk about how a big YouTuber, if I like talk about like how Graham Stephan made his millions, that's something that's within the meta of content that I make. And as long as I make it a loop, then that's the strategy. So the answer is to build your own meta.
That's cool. I will work on it.
All right. And with that, we've got to wrap it up. I've actually got to jump on another channel.
Oh.
Yeah, Uscreen.
You're abandoning it. Oh.
Now I got to do an interview with Rob Bobulus over at Rob. I got to go, and I've got Rob Bobulus over at Uscreen, so formerly of TubeBuddy. All right, so let me take us out here. And by the way, 100. Like, it's been an honor and a privilege to do 100 episodes with both of you.
This has been a lot of fun.
Yeah,
thanks,
absolutely.
guys, for doing this.
Absolutely.
Yeah, after you nagged us for 8 months straight.
All right, I was not nagging. I was asking, suggesting.
And I suggest that our viewers remember to tune into the No Assembly Required podcast next week, a podcast where we talk about nothing. Once again, tune in for yet another 100 episodes. 100 more. 100 more. This has been your trio of hosts signing off, starting with Audrey, Making Shorts, Ember, RedRomina, Dinosaur Hunter, and of course, your Dark Lord of the Interwebs, Roberto Blake. Thank you for listening. We will catch you next week. Please like, subscribe, review, and do all of the things. Nop.